Dear Father, in Yahshua's name, please bless me and all my family, all associates, enemies, and strangers, with strength and the power to defeat Satan, to overcome whatever obstacles that may be placed in our path to defeat all my enemies. And please protect us all from physical harm, danger, spiritual manipulation, and deception. In Yahshua's name, amen. Hallelujah. Okay, so now our Father's talking about burdens. Listen, God never puts more on you than you can bear. So when He sees that you can't handle something, He'll take it away from you. That's how good our Father is, man. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people really be tripping off of that. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that God is only looking out for their best interest, man. He doing this for your peace of mind, man. For your sake. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to be able to focus on, you know what I'm saying, what He wants you to focus on. And He wants you to be able to accomplish things too. You can't accomplish nothing if you're doing way too much, man. Because one way or another, you're going to be pulled from left to right, up and down, everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Our Father really wants us to accomplish things, man. And the only way we can do that is if we focus. And we can't be focusing on everything. We got to be focusing on what He wants us to do. Okay, this is Psalm 81, verse 6 and 7 I'm reading. This says, I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were delivered from the pots. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Selah. Amen. I'm going to say that again. I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were delivered from the pots. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Selah. Amen. Okay. Now, I remember a story talking about Joseph, where Joseph's brothers were so jealous of him because he was telling them the vision. He was telling them about the vision that God had gave him and who he was going to become, what God was going to help him do. His brothers were so jealous of him, they, tricked him into getting thrown into enemy territory. Oh, yeah. And left him there. So he became a slave for 7 years. He was held captive for 7 years. But God was telling him, man, He told him that in the vision too. He said, that's going to happen, but I'm going to free you. God said, I'm going to let it happen. Just to show them, man, that they ain't stronger than me and that they can't stop my will for your life. You see what I'm saying? So Joseph was a slave, man. And he had to go through a whole lot of trials and tribulations, a whole lot of hardships, man. But God eventually freed him. And while he was a slave, see, that was meant to happen too. A lot of people don't understand, man. Why God be allowing a lot of things to happen. God allowed his brothers to do that to him, man, because he had to test his faith. He wanted to see if Joseph was still going to believe, even though he was held captive. That's the same thing He's doing to you, man. Same thing He's doing to us. It's a test of faith, man. Show our Father that you really believe in Him, man. Show Him that you really love Him, man. Even in the worst of predicaments, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to worship, praise, and love our Father, man. You got to try your best to do His will, and then let His will be done in your life. Joseph did that. Joseph was a slave for 7 years, and he kept the truth with God for 7 years, man. And guess what he got after he was freed? God turned him into a king because of he was a prophet too. He knew how to prophesy. So the king had a problem. Now he had a nightmare that he didn't know what the nightmare was trying to tell him, because in our dreams we get a lot of signs. God will speak to us. You know what I'm saying? He'll let us know what's about to happen or what's going on. So the king had a nightmare and nobody could tell him what the nightmare meant except for Joseph, because he had got that skill from God, man. All he needed to know from God, man. Like I said, he was a prophet. So when the king, found out what the nightmare meant from Joseph, he turned him into a king, man. Oh yeah. And guess what? Joseph had to come back and save his people, man, because they was almost dying from starvation. The same ones that, wanted to see him die, man, basically. Same ones that betrayed him, man. Threw him in the enemy territory, his own brothers. He had to come back and save. He had to come back and save his whole family, man. After the fact. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, our Father will test our faith, man. But He ain't going to put more on us than we can bear. I just want to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to let you you know what I'm saying, get consumed by that trouble, whatever it is you're going through. You know what I'm saying? If he feel like something is too much for you, a job, whatever, man, you know what I'm saying? And you can't do what he's asking you to do, he gonna take that away from you just to give you room. You see what I'm saying? To focus on him, man. And it's sad to say, but when Joseph went through what he went through, it's probably a good thing because he couldn't really focus on God around his family because they wasn't focusing on God. As long as they wasn't focusing on God, they was gonna be in his way. So God knew that he had to get him away from them. So he allowed that to happen, man. But God was still with him in bondage. He was still with him, man, while he was held captive. Same way he's still right here with you, with us. In whatever situation you in until you get free. Good or bad, man. You know what I'm saying? Our Father right here with us, man. And he's telling us, we need to learn how to do that. Good or bad, we need to stay with God, man. Because things gonna be good, man. One way or another. As long as we stay with our Father. So y'all hold your head, man. Do what you gotta do. Listen, man. Father got you, man. And learn how to do whatever you need to do with him, not without him. Because you're gonna need his strength. And you're gonna need everything that he, trying to equip you with. Especially the arm of God. So I hope y'all laugh and smile today, man. I hope y'all get peace and love too, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold your head, do what you gotta do, man. Hold it down. That's your name. Amen. Amen.